Construction is a massive industry, representing about 13% of the global GDP. And demand for construction is only increasing. We have to build some 90,000 homes a day to meet the expected housing shortages of 2030. And we need to construct massive renewable and resilient infrastructure to keep that world livable. But the construction industry today is not faced to meet those challenges. Innovation is low, productivity is stagnating, and some 40% of the workforce is expected to retire in the next 5 years. These jobs are dirty, dangerous, difficult, and it's very hard to replace these skilled workers. At Gravis, we solve these problems through the automation of heavy construction machines. We have this rooftop autonomy kit that essentially bolts on to any construction machine and turns an excavator into what amounts to essentially a giant autonomous robot. This has sensing, cameras, LiDAR to allow the machine to localize itself in the world, to perceive, manipulate its environment, and also to measure it. We deployed this system on a number of makes and models of different excavator manufacturers, and we're currently working with a number of major OEMs to extend that compatibility through paid pilot programs. This kit allows for full autonomous task execution for a number of tasks, such as excavation, trenching, grading, and at the same time, in addition to executing tasks, it measures the environment and provides real-time updates to the relevant parties to understand the productivity that's happening on site. You can't improve productivity in construction without measuring it. One of the reasons that we don't see autonomy yet in this industry is that excavators are traditionally incredibly hard to model. You have multi-stage hydraulics that introduce dead zones and delays. You have highly variable heterogeneous kinematic conditions that have slop, intolerance, high manufacturing tolerances. At the same time, you have a single power source that introduces coupling effects. You get a different behavior if you move your boom versus if you move your boom and your stick at the same time. You have variable temperatures, you have variable friction, operating conditions and wear on these cylinders, and highly dynamic and variable loads and operating conditions. At Gravis, we solve that through a learning-based controller, where essentially we take a limited observation to understand the dynamics of that system, of each unique machine, and then we deploy that understanding through massive parallel simulation to allow this controller to adapt to heterogeneous soil conditions in dynamic environments, allowing us to work with a sensitivity in the earth that exceeds that of a human operator. At the same time, we recognize that full autonomy is some years out. Construction settings are highly demanding, and there's no tolerance for failure. So we need to make sure that at any point, an operator can quickly jump into control, take over control of this machine, and continue to work as normal. We have a kind of gamified interface that lets operators jump into the machine to control multiple machines through one interface, and at the same time, we leverage that perception system that we're using for autonomy to map and understand the environment to create this AR overlay that lets remote operators see with a kind of superhuman perception. They can understand where the ground's too high, where the ground's too low, and take over in any place where that task can't be completed by the machine. It's important to note that excavators are kind of like the Swiss Army knife of construction machines. They do many different things. So while we've done full end-to-end task completion for a number of tasks, there are always things that will require a person to jump in and take over control. We're currently have deployed this unit on a number of different projects. We're working through 2024 to extend our portfolio through projects with large construction companies. We're currently a team of about 20 employees in Zurich, very highly talented engineers, but we're still growing. So if you're looking for a new, exciting opportunity, please check out our career page. Thank you.